to our traction control. There we go, already in it. And let's go to our TC ignition retard enable. Let's click that and close this. Now normally what I'm going to be doing here, as my calculating more on the index here, calculating more torque request from this traction control, I'm going to be pulling out more and more spark timing. Using ignition timing retard is far more soft and far more forgiving in the traction control. So that's going to be your first line of defense of trying to go in and use this. You want to get really aggressive with pulling a spark timing out. Pulling out 20 degrees spark timing, 30 degrees of spark timing, that's going to go and essentially allow the engine to get at least 100 to 200, maybe even 300 horsepower pulled out of it, and the car is going to really slow down and get traction. So I'm going to go here at 0, I'm going to have 0, so no ignition retard. At 5 here, I'll go and use something like -4. At 10, I'll go here and do something like -8. 15, I'll go use something like -15. Then I'll get really aggressive here and go here and do something like -20. Let's go ahead and try this now that we've set that up. Let's jump into our TC plot. We're going to be doing the same thing. So I've shut my traction control off. I'm going to get rolling, and then I'm going to turn it on real quick. I'm going to click it to the position 1, or position 2, I should say. And then we're going to be seeing how this kicks in and seeing how this is going to work. So let's go here and get out of that. Let's go put it into gear and try the same thing again, now using ignition retard. All right, let's stop that, let's save it. Now, when we were running it on the dyno, you could actually see the torque reduction, the immediate torque reduction, when I was going in and turning it on, turning the actual, arming the traction control with this trim pot, turning it to position 2, and then turning it off. It's all about a 90 to almost 100 foot-pound torque difference by pulling 20 degrees of spark timing out. So spark timing was super soft. There's no popping, there's no banging. It was just nice and smooth. But you could definitely hear the audible pitch in the engine change, and it made things, obviously killed the power, which is what we're after. So that's going to be your first line of defense. Then we're going to want to use our spark cut to start having a percentage cut to the coil to start reducing the power. And that's going to go sound like a controlled misfire. So we want to go and blend that in a very particular way. I'm going to be showing you that. So let's go ahead and save this. I'll say, find our last one here. It should be our TC testing here. So we're calling this TC, looking here, ignition retard testing 1. Let's actually pan back through here so we can kind of see what's going on. We can see as soon as we overstep that threshold, the ignition retard was applying here, and it went right to -20 degrees, because if we're looking here, the TC torque reduced request here was a value of 300. If we jump back into our table here, we can see that the value